Today's episode is a quadruple salute. The Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, and I Love Money. But first, I'm going to salute on Flavor of Love. Enjoy. Flavor of Love? Yes, the show rocks. The show involves Flavor Flav with 20 girls in which they have to go in a competition to win Flavor Flav's heart. However, in the first episode, 5 girls will be eliminated. However, Flavor Flav will give each of the girls nicknames, and they will has to eliminate them one by one until there are 2 left in the final. And then after that, they have a reunion. The show only had 3 seasons, and then they also made a spin-off called The Flavor of Love Girls Charm School with Monique, which is a good spin-off. And unfortunately, the show got canceled after season 3, in which the acting is awesome, the music is cool, and all of these stories and challenges are excellent. Anyways, do you know who likes this show? Tiffany New York Pollard. She was the runner-up in the first season, and she came back on season 2, but she did not come back on season 3. Do you know who hates this show? Brooke Thomason Bumpkin. She was basically never a sore loser in the show, and she didn't show up on a spin-off. After all, Flavor of Love rocks, and so does the Charm School spin-off. I don't know what's worse, so that's gonna be it. Next, I'll salute on I Love New York. Enjoy. I Love New York. Yes, this show rocks. This show involves New York after the 2 losses on the Flavor of Love competition. Instead, she gets her own sets of men for the competition to win for her heart. And yet, this is the same thing. It only had 2 seasons. And however, after that, she then had 2 more spin-off shows of her own, which is New York Goes to Hollywood and New York Goes to Work, which were good, funny spin-off shows, in which the acting is awesome, the challenges and events are great, and the music is also cool. And not to mention, unfortunately, the show got canceled after season 2. So, in other words, do you know who likes this show? Mr. Boston. He was basically the only person who returned and came to the New York Goes to Work spinoff. And not to mention, I don't know who hates it, so that's going to stay. In other words, I Love New York rocks, and so does the New York Goes to Hollywood and New York Goes to Work. I don't know what sucks, so it has to stay. End of salute 2. Next and third, I'll salute on Rock of Love with Bret Michaels. Enjoy. Rock of Love with Bret Michaels? Yes. The show rocks. This show involves Bret Michaels, who picks the same about 20 women to fight for her love in the competition. Yet it's kind of like the same 2 shows, but this one only involves rock. And instead, not to mention, it only had a few seasons, and a spin-off show called Rock of Love Charm School with Sharon Asmore, in season 2, 2 contestants had also their own spin-offs, and later on, they kept going. The acting, music, everything about it involves so much rock. Unfortunately, it got canceled. Anyways, do you know who likes this show? Daisy and Megan. Considering they were the 2 contestants from season 2, in which they had their own spin-off shows. In other words, the Rock of Love with Bret Michaels rocks, and so does the spin-off Charm School. I don't know what's bad, so it has to stay. End of salute 3. And finally, I'll salute on I Love Money. Enjoy. I Love Money? Yes, the show rocks. This show is the ultimate crossover with contestants that have returned from the Flavor of Love, I Love New York, and Rock of Love with Bret Michaels. And they have to fight for the competition to win the money. And the contestants after that, they began to have their own spin-off shows. Like, for example, Real and Chance, the Stallionaires, had their own love show called The Real Chance of Love. Daisy and Megan had their own spin-off shows, which is Daisy of Love and Megan Wants a Millionaire. And Frank the Entertainer had his own spin-off show called Frank the Entertainer in a Basement Affair, which are all good spin-offs. And however, the show only had 3 seasons and it got canceled after season 3. In which that being, do you know who likes this show? Mr. Goodman from SML and all of the following cartoon-rich characters. They wish they could be upcoming contestants for the I Love Money season 5 through 6. In other words, I Love Money rocks. And so does the following spin-offs. I Don't Know What Sucks, So It Has to Stay. End of Quadruple Salute. The next salute, Animation Rewind.